All right. Hello, Facebook, and hello, Instagram. I am here to talk to you guys about being committed to your health versus being committed to your diet slash being slave to a diet plan, because that doesn't work. I want you to have a commitment to your health in your whole body rather than having to feel slave to a diet plan that A, might work in the short term, but in the long run is not sustainable and doesn't bring you joy in your life overall. So, as I wait for Facebook and Instagram to populate, as people join me for this live, I just want to tell you about a 9-week challenge to take your health back and make commitments that bring you an energetic challenge that starts with a couch to 5K walk run interval program, but energetic style. So I give you lots of stretching and energy techniques in my free group, The Energetic Way to Weight Loss and Whole Body Health, to help you in a journey from walking to running a 5K. But don't worry, there's a unique plan for you. So for those of you who are in that 9-week journey, you get to explore and be curious about your body, and that's what whole body health is all about. So I see a couple people tuning in. This will be a little interactive. So if you're here and you're watching me, if you can just write me a message and just say hello so that I can make sure the comments are coming up for me and I can know the delay. I will also put in the comments, if I can, the name of my free group for those of you who aren't in it, so that you can look for that and request access. Whole body health. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there for you guys. Enter. It's not letting me. Okay. Enter. Oh, there we go. Okay, Michelle's waving and says hello. Hi, Michelle. Awesome. So I can see that the comments are working now. And I'm really excited to share with you guys the difference between being committed to your health and committed to a diet plan or feeling slave to a diet plan, because there is a big difference between the two. So I'm glad you're going to stay with me, because what I'm going to share with you has helped me drop fad dieting and lose the weight once and for all. Weight loss is not a dirty word. If it's something that you desire, that's cool. But the way that we are taught to think about it is that it is evil and it is hard, and then we have to do things that make us feel uncomfortable. And I'm telling you that that's a lie. I want you to be comfortable in your body and in your life. And the difference between I am committed to my health and I am committed to my diet are starkly different. So I want you to listen to the mantra right now and think to yourself, what does it mean to you to say, I am committed to my health? I am committed to my health. It is a huge, beautiful umbrella term for the multiple possibilities that you can invite into your life in order to honor your health. Now, if I say to you, if I said, well, I'm really committed to my diet right now, it's limiting, right? It's sort of scary. It's not very appealing, right? If a friend is asking me, wow, what are you doing? Like you look great, you look radiant. And I'm like, well, I'm really committed to my health right now. These are the things I'm doing. Or if I'm like, well, I'm really committed to my diet right now, right? There's a different feeling behind those two mindsets. And so what I want to do for you today is to shed light on those two things. How am I committing to my health today? This question allows me to think about the foods, habits, and behaviors that I know I want to change because they get in my way of feeling good, versus how am I committing to my diet today? There's no option, there's no choice in the matter. It's how am I committing to it? The difference between with freedom and choice, or I must commit to my diet. I have to eat only 4 hours a day, or I cannot eat these foods. Right? That's so limiting. Of course, it's not sustainable. If you're anything like me, when I have to do something that's rigid, I get burned out. My teenage self says, oh yeah, really? Screw that. No, I don't. I'm going to do whatever I want. Right? That nasty voice comes in and starts telling me that I don't have to do it. And I want to break the rules. We are also dynamic people. One diet or one way of doing things is just not sustainable. So if you're struggling with diets and you're looking for a place to start that's actually effective for your mind and your whole body health, I'm going to show you how you can shift your mindset so you can be more successful with your health goals and less of a chance to feel constricted by a diet plan, which leads you to an experience of guilt and shame that comes with falling off the diet wagon. How many of you have felt guilt or shame because you didn't follow the diet plan, right? That doesn't feel good. You don't have to follow some rigid plan in order to reach your health goals. The goal is to feel good in your body and mind and that you perceive yourself as strong and wonderful, not to lose all of this weight and then feel strong and wonderful. You have to start up here. So I'm going to prove to you why commitments to diets don't work. And at the end, I'll give you a chance to grab a free copy of my nutrients checklist that you can use to make sure that you're getting the nourishment that you need, not the calorie deficit, the fasting window, or the diet shake that you're used to thinking is going to help you lose weight. Okay? Does that sound good? So if you want the nourishment checklist, the nutrients checklist that shows you all of the foods that can help you have a whole body health system, let me know you're staying to the end, even on the replay, so that I can look out for you in my DMs so that I can get this nutrients checklist to you. It'll show you all of the foods that are in each category so that you can check them off and make sure that you have a balanced diet, not a diet plan. There's a difference. Okay. So I remember looking for the next right system to fix my weight problem. Weight Watchers, Curves, South Beach, juice fasting, Whole30. I just kept saying to myself, I'm going to commit to this diet. I'm going to do everything right this time. This time, I won't fail. This time, I'll lose the weight once and for all, and I'll be attractive and finally worthy of fill in the blank, whatever it was that I felt unworthy of having at the time. And I had to start over and over and over again. You've likely tried this. If you've struggled with your weight in this way, let me know, because you may have tried things over and over again, and you may have said, I'm committed to this diet. I am committed to this diet for these 30 days, right? Does that sound familiar? And maybe it worked for a little while. And then after the commitment ends, you stop committing. It gets too expensive or too hard or not worth it, or you were sick of the food. You were sick of the diet. But guys, you can't be sick of yourself. You can't be sick and tired of trying to be healthy, right? You can be sick of a diet of a thing, but when are we sick of wanting to feel good, right? When the commitment and loyalty is towards a diet rather than yourself, you'll lose interest. You can't lose interest in yourself. The second someone says, wow, you look great, and you're like, yeah, it's this diet I'm doing. You know what happens? You straight up believe it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the diet. You have a mental reversal in your head that it's the diet that's doing the work and not you. That leads to self-sabotage. Who here gets it when they get a compliment, it leads them to self-sabotage? You're like, yes, I look great. Now I can eat whatever I want. It's totally normal when you're on a diet. It's like someone saying, wow, you look good only when you follow that plan. That plan guides your life and the way you look and the way you feel. That's not the truth, right? What if someone said, you look great, and you were committed to your health instead of a diet plan? You'd probably instead say back to them, yeah, I've made a lot of habit changes that weren't really working for me, and I feel so much better. Thank you. It's been really interesting to figure out what I was eating and doing that just made me unhealthy and happy. And then you make those changes because you want to be healthy and happy, not because of the diet plan. The problem is that people only know one way of doing things. It's finding a diet, waiting for the compliment or the weight loss payoff on the scale, believing they are done, and then failing to recognize that the other things that have actually changed in their life that are habitual feel good. You are more than weight loss. And being open to interpretation about what you need to do to change right now in this moment for your health, rather than Googling the latest diet that'll help you lose the most weight in the shortest amount of time, is the number one thing that you can do to stop the cycle once and for all. Who wants to stop the cycle? Who wants to stop Googling all of the diet plans that make you lose weight right away? Because weight loss, listen, it's not a bad word. If you want it, fine. But what I'm saying is that in order to commit to your health, you can't commit to a rigid diet plan. You have to be curious and get real about what you need to change to love your life rather than following some crazy rigid plan. Right now, you probably know one commitment you'd like to make. Every person who hops in on an empowerment call with me, which is just a call that helps them explore where they're stuck in their lives. If you want an empowerment call, please DM me. Let's set it up. Every person knows what's getting in their way, but they don't really know how to make that change. So if you're watching this, I'm sure you know that moving more, eating more vegetables, eating less processed food, drinking less alcohol, and drinking more water are all ways that you can improve your health. But you want to Google and find out the thing that's going to make the biggest impact in the shortest amount of time, keeping you in the cycle of not being able to have sustainable change and continuing to Google and look for the things that are going to help you. You already know these things. So if you want to have an empowerment call to explore why you're not making those choices, DM me. Send me a message and let me know because I want to help. My job is to help you narrow down the most important thing to get started on that's keeping you stuck right now for your health's sake, not for diet's sake, for you and your health. So here's the other thing. A commitment to your health is individual. You and I don't have the same goals or even the same causes of health distress. Two people might want to lose weight, but the reason that they're in that position in the first place is not the same. I can guarantee you it's not because they ate too many calories. That's a commitment to a diet again. Is saying all of us are the same, all of us are eating too many calories, and if we just eat less, we're going to lose the weight. That's a commitment to dieting. That's not a commitment to health. A commitment to health is a willingness to explore how someone is tired and craves sugar. A commitment to health is willing to explore anxious snacking at work. A commitment to health is a willingness to explore the difference between picking up something quick and convenient because you don't value yourself enough to give yourself the time to make a fresh home-cooked meal. We're talking about value, commitment, exhaustion. I'm not talking about calories right now, guys. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about these things that lead you to make the choices that make you feel like you don't value yourself enough to make healthy choices. What's going on there? If this is resonating with you, send me a message. Let's hop on a call, right? It's not about the calories or the diet or how many hours you're eating in a window. It's about what's leading you to not being able to make sustainable change. I want to give you another example I heard today by someone who is trying intermittent fasting. They're stuck in the I am committed to diet mentality. And what she said is that she has intermittent fasted and she lost a lot of weight, but she's gained it all back. And she said that she knows that it's due to emotional eating, but she wants to know from people who have intermittent fasted how she could get back to intermittent fasting. She already identified her problem. Her problem isn't fasting, it's emotional eating and the eating that she's doing at night. You can't solve that by saying I'm only going to eat 4 hours a day. You can't solve that with that diet. The thing is that with emotional eating, you can't decide that I'm only going to eat at certain times. You're already setting yourself up to fail, right? She's not recognizing the role of food in perpetuating a cycle of emotional eating. I can't even tell you what she should do because I need a full 50-minute call with somebody to figure out why she is limiting herself to trying to eat in a small window when obviously that's not where her body needs to be right now. So the solution isn't how can I fast in a 4-hour window when I'm emotional eating? The solution is why am I emotional eating and what's a small thing I need to do in order to have a win? She can't get a win like that. She can't get a win by saying I'm only going to eat 4 hours per day. Right? She's going to fail over and over again. And I feel for her because I work with women who go through this all of the time to break through that mentality. You don't have to do that to yourself. I had a client who came to me broken from diets with a desire to lose weight. She was sick and tired of fad dieting, but she also knew that she was approaching a period in her life where she wanted to be healthy for her kids, right? That was her motivation. She didn't know how to listen to her health needs because she was invested in the diet requirements. It took just one session for her to be empowered to change, and we've worked closely together since January. The transformation has been life-changing. She not only lost weight, but more importantly, she's empowered to continue to make the choices for her health, happiness, and well-being, and she's committed to her health. And she's eating way more than 4 hours a day. She knows what it takes in order to make those choices because they matter to her on a soul level. And that's the space where her confidence radiates, and she knows the right course of action in any given moment. In any given moment. She knows the right course of action at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., at midnight. She knows the right course of action, and most of the time it doesn't have to do with, am I in my fasting window? So it's really important to me that you guys start doing some investigating on your own. Later today, I'm going to send an email to my email list. So anybody who's on my email list is going to get this with a nutrients checklist. So I just want you to get out of a diet mentality for a second and use this checklist in order to see where you fall in incorporating the nutrients that a body needs in order to run smoothly. This is the exact list of nutrients that I use with my applied kinesiology clients when they show nutritional imbalance. And I use it in order to see which nutrition is going to help bring their bodies into balance. But you guys can do just a self-assessment using this list. It'll be a list of vitamins and minerals and nutrients, and you can just go through it on your own and think, oh my gosh, I eat nothing from this list, right? So this is one way of bringing our body into balance without restriction, but noticing and getting curious about what you actually need and what you're not incorporating. So if you want that list and you're not on my email list right now, just shoot me a message with your email address, and I'm happy to make sure that you get on the email list today for the email that's going out so that you can get access to this list and just get curious about your body and see what you are incorporating on a nutrient level and what not. Now, obviously, if you have any underlying health conditions where you should not be eating something, dairy, gluten, iodines, shellfish, etc., I don't expect you to say, oh, I'm not eating any of this, maybe I should. Don't do that, okay? So be smart about it and use the list to be curious and say, wow, so, vitamin A foods, I don't really eat a lot of those. I'm going to incorporate some of those into my diet so that I have health. And again, not diet as in restriction. I need to add this thing in so that I feel better. And if you add that in, what can you crowd out? Listen, if I'm eating like muffins for breakfast and I'm not getting vitamin A and I want to have cantaloupe for breakfast with eggs, I am putting nutrition back in and moving the muffin to the side, right? So how can I incorporate more things to help my health rather than thinking about it from a mentality of I'm restricting myself? That's a little tip for you. So again, if you're not on my email list, just DM me with your email and I'll make sure to put you on that checklist today. Okay, so I am committed to my health, not I am committed to my diet. So if you are committed to your health and that sounds good to you, I really want you guys to join my free group, The Energetic Way to Weight Loss and Whole Body Health, where we're doing a 9-week challenge in movement and honoring ourselves with a different mantra every week. And this week I am committed to my health. And I'll tell you, not one person who is in this group and who is adopting this movement program into their life has said, I'm recommitting to my keto diet, or I am committing to my fasting window. No, there's commitments in there like I am committing to my health. I am committing to making choices that make me feel good. I am committing to drinking more water than wine and coffee combined. Those are amazing commitments. And those are things that speak your truth of who you are and what you need in order to be balanced in your life. So drop a message in the comments below. If you are committed to your health, what is your commitment? What do you know needs to change a little bit? And let us know what it is. Okay? And join my free group. All right. Thanks for tuning in today, and I will see you guys next time.